I wish you'd stop calling her the dragon lady, Risa says. She's saving your ass. The least you could do is show some respect. She turns toward Connor. You want to take Dee Dee? My arms are getting tired. Connor takes the baby, cradling it a bit more skillfully than he had before. Mai looks at him with mild interest. He wonders if Hayden told her they're not really the baby's parents. Roland comes back from his appointment with Sonia half an hour later and says nothing about it. Neither does Mai when she comes back. Hayden takes the longest, and when he returns, he's closed-mouthed too, which is strange for him. It's unsettling. Connor goes next. It's night outside when he goes upstairs. He has no idea what time of night. Sonia sits with him in her little back room, putting him in an uncomfortable chair that wobbles whenever he moves. You'll be leaving here tomorrow, she tells him. Going where? She ignores the question and reaches into the drawer of an old roll-top desk. I'm hoping you're at least semi-literate. Why? What do you want me to read? You don't have to read anything. Then she pulls out several sheets of blank paper. I want you to write. What? My last will and testament? Is that it? A will implies you have something to pass on, which you don't. What I want you to do is write a letter. She hands him the paper, a pen, and an envelope. Write a letter to someone you love. Make it as long as you want, or as short as you want. I don't care. But fill it with everything you wished you could say, but never had the chance. Do you understand? What if I don't love anybody? She purses her lips and shakes her head slowly. You unwinds are all the same. You think that because no one loves you, then you can't love anyone. All right, then. If there's no one you love, then pick someone who needs to hear what you have to say. Say everything that's in your heart. Don't hold back. And when you're done, put it in the envelope and seal it. I'm not going to read it, so don't you worry about that. What's the point? Are you going to mail it? Just do it and stop asking questions. Then she shakes a little ceramic dinner bell and places it on the roll-top desk next to the pen and paper. Take all the time you need, and when you're done, ring the bell. Then she leaves him alone. It's an odd request, and Connor actually finds himself a bit frightened by it. There are places inside he simply doesn't want to go. He thinks he might write to Ariana. That would be easiest. He'd cared about her. She was closer to him than any other girl ever had been. Every girl except Risa. But then, Risa doesn't really count. What he and Risa have isn't a relationship. It's just two people clinging to the same ledge, hoping not to fall. After about 3 lines of his letter, Connor crumples the page. Writing to Ariana feels pointless. No matter how much he resisted, he knows who he needs to address this letter to. He presses his pen to a fresh page and writes, Dear Mom and Dad. It's 5 minutes before he can come up with another line, but once he does, the words start flowing, and in strange directions too. At first it's angry, as he knew it would be. How could you? Why did you? What kind of people do this to their kid? Yet by the 3rd page it mellows. It becomes all about the good things that happened in their lives together. At first he does it to hurt them, and to remind them exactly what they've thrown away when they signed the order to unwind him. But then it becomes all about remembering. Or more to the point, getting them to remember. So that when he's gone, if he's gone, there'll be a record of all the things that he felt were worth keeping alive. When he started, he knew how the letter would end. I hate you for what you've done, and I'll never forgive you. But when he reaches the 10th page, he finds himself writing, I love you. Your one-time son, Connor.